How's it going, guys? Panther Films here, and today we're going to be reacting to Season 1, Episode 2 of Secret Invasion. This episode is titled Promises. Yeah, last episode, Nick Fury returned to Earth after learning that the Skrulls have gone rogue, or some of them have. With the help of Talos and Maria Hill, Fury went to go investigate certain things. They found out that the Skrulls were planning to bomb a certain place in Moscow to start a war and blame it on the Americans. So the Skrulls decided to take over Americans and then place bombs around like a certain festival area. And turns out the plan worked. Nick Fury, Maria, and Talos got tricked by a guy called Gravik, who's in charge of the villains, the Skrulls, right? Also, Talos' daughter is helping out Gravik, but also at the same time helping out Nick Fury and Talos, because she's a double agent, I guess. And the reason she's a double agent is because Gravik did kill her mother, so she kind of wants revenge for that and wants to help her dad out. But yeah, like I said, the plan failed, the bombs went off, don't know how many it killed, and then right at the end of the episode we lost Maria Hill. After Gravik became Nick Fury and shot Maria Hill in was it stomach or the chest, and then she died. Now the question is she actually dead? More than likely. I forgot to mention it last episode, but it did say special guest star. Usually that means one episode, right? And on top of the fact that they lingered on that shot of her dead for a while. Because when a Skrull dies, it changes back pretty quickly. She didn't. So I think that means she's dead. Sadly. Which is kind of annoying because Maria Hill was very underrated as a character. She appeared every now and again, but she never got a chance to shine. And this show could have been that chance for her to shine. Sadly, she only made it through one episode. Well, kind of, not really. Nick's probably pissed that Maria's dead, and now he's going to want revenge on Gravik. We also had Rhodey show up for a little bit last episode, and Everett Voss, even though it wasn't actually Everett Voss, it was a Skrull. But still, it was that kind of character, you know? Which makes you think, is Everett Voss captured somewhere? Because he established in the episode that the Skrulls capture people and take their memories. Because how would the Skrull know that Everett Voss was on the run unless he took his memories? But yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of twists in this show, like, oh shit, that person's a Skrull, this person's a Skrull. We'll have to see how it all unfolds, I'm afraid. Also, this reaction might be a little bit later than usual, but it doesn't really matter that much because it'll still be out pretty quickly. Yeah, I mean, that about sums it up. So let's stop doolalleying around with this shitty intro and get right into the fucking episode. Oh. 995.
They will be coming from above.
This is just Captain Marvel, right? And then what happened? Whoa. Interesting. I guess they've shortened it for the TV shows. Makes sense. Because most of the time that Marvel, intro takes half the episode. Oh, de-age Samuel L. Jackson with the eye patch. Got it.
This is Gravik.
Oh no, Gravik.
His parents were killed in the last stand against the Kree. We could use someone like him.
He's a child.
The part is they're de-aging him. They keep him in the shadows though, to hide it.
He died a brilliant death.
Why is he suddenly British? He came from space.
I want to thank you all for joining me. All of us have lost someone. This man, I trust.
Almost ever since I met Talos, I believed that humans and Skrulls can help each other. This is the promise.
I hate how you can see the prosthetics, it stretches. So is that just a new face? Or do they have to do what Gravik's doing and take human prisoners?
You keep your word,
We'll keep ours.
I'll keep mine.
Oh. And then cut to present Gravik. Yep. And now he's killed Maria. Fuck. Is she dead? I mean, he did say special guest star at the end of last episode, so she's definitely dead. Oh, what? I thought Fury was taken by Talos. I guess it's Gravik's people? Oh, it's Olivia Colman. Oh, it is Taylor's. Also, this fucking AI intro, dude.
Мы ищем одного человека. Чернокожий американец. Видели у кого-нибудь похожего?
He's probably in there.
В поезде Москва-Варшава здесь больше шансов встретить инопланетянина.
Is that Taylor's? Jesus. Damn. Looking like a James Bond villain. What the fuck?
You hear anything from Gaia yet? No.
So Maria's dead? Like what?
Well, me and my mama used to take these long train rides to Detroit. Bathroom didn't work half the time. Half hour after the train pulled out, that chicken be gone. Smell way too good to wait. Tell me something I don't know about you and Susie.
Who's Susie?
Me and Susie saw a bullfrog with polka dots. My mama just smiled, even though I'd lied through my teeth.
I mean, maybe she knew you lied.
Tell me something I don't know about the destruction of Skrulls.
We were overpowered by the Kree. We held them off for as long as we could.
Tell me something I don't know about the Skrulls that fled.
They're here.
You're telling me there's 1 million Skrulls walking amongst us right now? Have you lost your reptilian ass mind?
Jesus Christ.
I had two choices. I could let my people be annihilated or summon them here to Earth. What would you have done?
This ain't about me. The host gets to set the terms of the visitation.
What happens when the host
True.
disappears? I gotta go up to my space station. You've been up there for years.
You knew how to get in touch with
Years?
the Talos, and you didn't because you didn't want me to know. There's not enough room or tolerance on this planet for another species. I think this is your stop.
I mean, you can't blame him for being, like, very emotional. He's just lost Maria, right?
Oh my God.
He's gonna need help. Bring in, Rhodey. Maria. Is that like Maria's mother? Is she gonna blame Fury?
Were you there?
Yes.
How did it happen?
She was killed by me.
She died in Moscow. We were there trying to stop the attack. Someone wanted to hurt me.
You're the reason I'm taking my daughter back home in a box. You're Nick Fury.
Not anymore, he's not.
Maria believed in you. She would have followed you to the gates of hell and back. Don't let it be for nothing.
Yeah. Make her sacrifice worth it. Even though it wasn't really a sacrifice, but still.
Several bombs exploded today at an annual celebration in Moscow.
Killing how many?
At least 2,000 civilians.
One suspect
Jesus.
is currently at
Point towards imminent retaliation from Russia for what the Kremlin regards
okay,
as a
that's
war
kinda weird timing.
declaration of war.
This has got false flag written all over it.
I mean, people don't know about the Skrulls, right? I assume they will at the end of this show.
How did you know Fury would be there?
I didn't. I wanted to see how much of him was left. I want to see their faces while Moscow's still burning.
Jesus.
I'm not out in an hour. Shoot him in the head.
His face. Is that wait, what?
Madam Prime Minister.
Oh, she's a Skrull too?
Playing the man's game, using the man's fork and knife.
Better to behave as a human than as a dog.
Oh.
Dogs aren't hypocrites. And they don't go out of their way to degrade and destroy their own habitat.
Are you done?
No, there's more.
You murdered over 2,000 innocent humans.
Jesus Christ, it was 2000. But why though? Can't you just find another planet?
I think it's a war. I think it's a war. Humans were doomed to self-destruction. Long before we arrived on this planet, they were destined to consume themselves.
And what happens if the Avengers return?
They won't. Unless it's a new team.
Democracy is fine for peacetime, but whilst at war, we need a single commander. Therefore, I nominate Gravik.
Oh, of course.
I'm the commander of NATO. I can mobilize 1 million troops at this level.
What the fuck? I mean, they have to agree to it.
One of you has forgotten our history.
She's dead.
I do not support your coup.
You'll not be harmed.
I think he's bullshitting. Because if the others didn't agree, he'd kill them. Or not? No, they will.
Should I?
It's Gravik. The council just voted him general. You don't understand. Gravik has changed.
So have I. I want to talk about my daughter.
Oh yes, nuclear power plant. That's some fucked up shit. He killed 2,000 people and everyone's cheering him on. Like, Jesus. Ooh. Don't follow him like that.
I was told this phase would be over.
Yeah, I mean, phase 5 will be ending fairly soon. Jesus Christ!
We are aware of allegations that Mr. Fury and Ms. Hill may have traveled to Moscow.
How do you explain Mr. Fury's presence in Moscow?
Alleged. Slovakia rolls its eyes at me one more time, I'm gonna put on the suit and carpet bomb it.
She's a Skrull.
Rhodes.
Nice suit, Armani.
Duh. Where is he?
Yeah, well, my other suit's made of titanium, so this actually constitutes considerable savings.
What about his leg? Oh, that'd be some crazy shit. What if Rhodey died in Civil War and this has been a Skrull ever since?
Croatia talking crap?
Slovakia.
Well, carpet bomb their ass.
I'm the last friend you got.
Oh, the rest?
Really?
2,000 dead so far. Number will probably triple once they clear out the
Yeah.
bubble.
There's probably a lot missing.
What do you mean, how much do I know about them?
What if I told you they were all spies?
Hydra?
No.
Yeah, if Hydra was a bunch of green guys who could shapeshift into your daddy, that invasion
It's happening
is
now.
real. It's happened. Moscow was just the beginning.
Maybe we should call our friends.
We get them in a fight with the Skrulls, and next thing you know, they find themselves duplicated and turned into terrorists.
Oh yeah, true.
I remember when your job was protecting the planet.
We protect the planet by protecting our seat at the table.
Are you forgetting who helped you get your seat at?
Ooh.
Every ounce of power we wrestle from the vice grip of the mediocre Alexander Pierces who run.
Alexander Pierce.
And to tell him without any reservation that he's fired.
What?
That's what this moment right here.
You can't fire him. His face. He's like, what the fuck?
Is it you to fire me?
Yeah, it's definitely not a Skrull.
I'm Nick Fury.
I'm not. I'm never out.
Even when I'm out,
I'm in.
I'm in.
I mean, look at Winter Soldier, right? He kind of left and then he was still there. There's a lot of pressure put onto him right now. Get her. She's after the Skrulls too, right?
Yes, and now that the door is unlocked, what does that tell you about me indoors? Didn't your mother ever warn you could lose an eye by beating your meat like that?
What are you doing here?
Oh, I'm taking over.
Wonder if she's a Skrull. Like, I'm asking all these questions. Like, is that a Skrull? Is this a Skrull? Is she a Skrull? Is he a Skrull? I don't know.
Where is the escape hatch in this dump? Oh, wonderful. Okay. Make yourself scarce.
Why? Oh! Oh, they showed it! I didn't expect them to show it.
Well, now that's confirmed.
Imagine it was a human, though. We knew it wasn't, but just imagine if it was. I didn't expect them to actually fucking show it. Jesus, Marvel, that's what I'm talking about. Gives me hope for Daredevil. Groot. Frostbeast, Call Obsidian, Extremis. Is Groot the species name?
You know, I remember when you first came to me, Gaia. I thought to myself, what kind of coward sends his daughter to do what he wouldn't? Our man on the inside located Brogan.
Why did he sit down just to stand back up immediately?
But everyone talks when their blood starts to cook at 160 degrees centigrade.
What?
You a smart one? Right, no, I didn't think so.
Oh! Wise ass! Oh. Fuck that. That's how I feel. Is this TVMA? Is it mature audiences? It's gotta be, right?
I need to know where Graphic is and where he'll be.
I don't know, I swear. Graphic keeps everything.
How long does that last?
I think it's to make us stronger.
What? You're already strong though.
Chance to kill you.
Oh!
Принеси мне колбасы, давай, иди. Быстрее.
Go get me a sausage. Yep. As if they didn't hear him fall over. What the fuck was that? That was a Punisher move. Although she's wearing like a nice like coat and she has to do this. I feel like she should close the hatch. I mean, it wouldn't matter anyway. The Skrull would tell them.
Nothing, just lies.
Nothing.
He's gonna kill him.
Take him to the car.
Maybe not. That guy hanging there. Does he not see the hatch open?
How did they find our safe house?
Someone told them. It was Gaia, right? Because she was talking to someone in the alley. They're gonna kill the guy that was just in... Yep. Doesn't look like he wants to, though. Either way, they were gonna kill him, right? If he did say anything or if he didn't. Where are we? Oh. Oh, her? From the beginning of the episode? That was with Gravit? He's got a key? Oh. She changed back. Does he know she's a Skrull?
Almost.
He's kissing an alien. Does he know? Does he know? Wait. What? Because she changed back to human form before he got there. But yeah, that was another good episode. It's kind of crazy to me that this feels like Andor for the MCU. Like, it really does. Very underrated. A lot of people don't appreciate it. I assume a lot of people will find it boring because there's not a lot of action and superhero stuff, but the dialogue is so good. The character work, the cinematography, just everything about it just feels more grounded and real versus what we get with other MCU projects. Like, for instance, the most recent Disney Plus show being She-Hulk, right? Which had terrible comedy, bad writing, just forgettable episodes. She-Hulk was bad. But then you have stuff like this where it's more grounded, you actually give a shit about what's happening, you care for the characters, you like the villains. You know, it's an intriguing storyline to do. But the only reason it's intriguing is because of the writing. I don't know, I just really like how they're putting more depth into Nick Fury's character. But does Fury know that that's a Skrull? Because she changed back to a human form before he got in the room, right? But if he doesn't know, does that mean his real wife is dead? I even know he was married, to be fair. He kept that pretty secret. It's kind of crazy that 2,000 people died in that explosion from last episode. But is nobody going to question that Maria was shot and she didn't die from the explosion? It's crazy that all the political leaders too are Skrulls. It's like Iron Man 2, you know that one senator or whatever? He was a part of Hydra. Jesus. I wonder if you could go back and see people that are revealed to be Skrulls in this. I wonder if you can go back in the MCU and see signs of it. Probably not. Yeah, like I said last episode, I'm just questioning who's a Skrull and who isn't a Skrull. Rhodey this episode didn't seem like himself. But at the same time, he kind of did, so I don't know. I'm just looking for subtle hints that they could be a Skrull. I'm kind of surprised that they showed the finger getting cut off. Does that mean it's TVMA, this show? It makes sense. I mean, that was a lot of blood. And they showed a body part being cut off. Sure, it was an alien, but at the same time, it was in its human form. So apparently Disney might be allowing Marvel to develop TVMA material on Disney+, which is good for, Daredevil and stuff. But I swear this show must be TVMA. It has to be. Or at least a higher rating than their PG stuff. I guess it could be PG though, because sometimes PG can show certain things. But it's very rare that it can. Marvel's never shown stuff like that, especially in the MCU. Usually there's a bit of blood every now and again, but it's not oh yeah, cutting off a finger. Yeah, you see that in detail. I genuinely wasn't expecting them to show it. I don't know why I'm making a big deal about it, but if this is the beginning of Marvel showing more TVMA shit for Disney Plus, I'm fine with it. Because we need it. But yeah, so I guess Maria is dead. What the fuck? That sucks, dude. I do wish they kept her alive a little bit longer and then killed her off in episode 4 or something. I do feel because this episode was a bit slower, we could have had this episode and last episode last week. And then episode 3 today. It's kind of crazy that this show's diving into more of the characters that we see or have been seeing throughout the MCU, but not enough of. For instance, Nick Fury, right? We're seeing his wife, Maria Hill's mother. Because I don't think she showed up in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., right? I don't think so. But yeah, I just really enjoyed them humanizing the characters a bit more. Also, the fact that there's 1 million Skrulls out there, Jesus. How is Fury meant to fight them? I guess it's only a few that he has to stop, to be fair. Because there's no way 1 million of them want to go to war, right? So I wonder if, like, Fury just killed Gravik. Would that put an end to it? Probably not, right? Because, I mean, they're in the... because the Skrulls are in position of power, like the UK Prime Minister. It's like, how would Fury beat them? I just... like, it could just be kill Gravik, but I don't think it'll be as easy as that. So, Fury's wife, or the Skrull, is the Skrull from the beginning of the episode, right? In the flashbacks. It would make sense. I mean, she's been there for a while. Now that I think about it, I might know what the scientists are actually doing. Because when Gaia was looking through the computer, right, it said stuff like Groot, Extrinus, Obsidian, and I think there was another one. I wonder if it's a situation of where, like, the Skrulls are going to unlock the abilities to use powers, right? Instead of just being, oh, this person. Like, for instance, they become Captain America, right? So they get the super strength and the super speed that Cap got because he was a, you know, a super soldier. Or maybe it's a situation of where they can kind of, like, adopt them powers into them. I don't know how, but it would make sense. Because I think I remember in one of the trailers, didn't Gravik, like, stretch his arm, like, really far? So I wonder if that's a situation of him getting Groot's powers? Maybe? Also, who was Rhodey talking about when he said, we'll call in our friends? And surely not the Avengers, right? Because there's no one left. Like, what friends do they really have? Yeah, like I said, it was a pretty good episode. I'm excited to see where the show goes next. And will Nick manage to beat the Skrulls? Of course he will. I mean, it's a superhero show. Like, by the end, the heroes win. Maybe. Unless there's going to be a season 2, which could happen. Because the Secret Invasion storyline is meant to be pretty big, right? You wouldn't think they'd solve it in 6 episodes. Unless they save the rest of Secret Invasion until the movie or something like that. I don't know. I mean, that sums up the shitty review. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. And I will see you in the next one. Ta-ta and farewell.